Welcome to the tax and insurance portion of the on-demand content. So without further ado, let's jump in. So as you know, in this world nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes. So just a disclaimer, me and Tony are not tax experts. The following numbers are approximations, and please make sure you are aware of your country's tax policies. And for my fellow US ALTs, take note of your state's tax policies. All right, so here is the JET pay scale, and here at the bottom is the first year JET's monthly salary before taxes are deducted, which comes out to be 280,000 yen, annually 3,360,000 yen. And then each year up until your fourth year, you do get a small raise. And from our annual salary, the inhabitant tax and income tax is calculated. So let's get on to the taxes. Yay! So first up is the inhabitant tax, or Juminze. Here we have the approximate inhabitant tax that JETs will pay each year. First year JETs will pay about 42,500 yen. This year it will be less than this because this number is based on July and August arrivals, and then so on and so forth for each year. And for any JET whose home country has a tax treaty with Japan, you may be eligible for exemption for 2 years, provided that you have brought along all the necessary forms and documents and have completed the necessary process to do that. Alrighty. So how do we pay the inhabitant tax? There are two payment methods, and first, the inhabitant tax is billed to us each June, or we start paying each June. And there are two methods, the first being futsu choshu, or ordinary collection. And so this is paid in 4 lump sum payments, which are due at the end of June, August, October, and January. And so I personally don't have any experience with this, but what I have found online is that a payment slip will arrive, or you'll probably receive it from your BOE, one or the other, that can be most likely be paid at a konbini. Be sure to ask your contracting organization for the details on that if you choose to do ordinary collection, but also can be paid by bank transfer. And so the second method is tokubetsu choshu, or special collection. And so instead of having to pay essentially out of pocket, you can choose to have the tax deducted monthly from your salary, monthly salary, over the year. So from June to the following year, May. So here is an example from my payslip. And so here's the information on income. This is my annual income after basic deductions, and then this is after deductions, taxes, and insurance. And so this is my taxable income for inhabitant tax. And then on this side is the monthly rundown of how much I'll be paying. And this is how the inhabitant tax is calculated. Well, not how it's calculated, but the calculations and the breakdown of it. And so here in June, 14,800 yen gets deducted, and then from July to next year's May, 14,400 yen will get deducted each month. And so this is very useful for those who don't want to have to worry about budgeting and saving up that large amount of money to pay for the inhabitant tax. Here's the timeline of the inhabitant tax payment. So let's say you only stay 1 year. So your 2021 income will be this, and in June you will be taxed 40,000 yen or less prior to your departure. Very simple. But let's say you go on for a second year. So here we have your 2022 income. You will then pay the 160,000 yen prior to your departure in June or August 2023. All right. Now, let's say you finish your second year, but you continue to work or live in Japan. So you'll then most likely do the ordinary collection and pay the 160,000 yen in 4 payments. All right, easy enough. Next is the income tax, or shotokuze. So here we have your annual income for 2021 and 2022. This is if you are only staying a single year. All right, here's the tax calculation for your first year. It'll be on the left is for 2021 portion, and on the right is the 2022 portion. And so annual gross income minus 550,000 yen, which is the standard deduction for income below 1,625,000 yen. And on the right, your AGI minus 30% of your AGI plus 80,000 yen. And that comes out to be your taxable income for 2022. Here's that with all the math calculated. So for the income tax that you pay for 2021 is usually about 570,000 yen minus 480,000 yen, which is the standard deduction for calculating income tax. That difference is then multiplied by 5% and comes out to about 4,500 yen. For 2022, it will be about 1,292,000 minus the standard deduction times 5% to come out to be about 40,600 yen. And then, so you'll divide this by 7 months, January to July, and that's about how much you'll probably be paying between January 2022 to July 2022, if you're only here for a single year. And here are some of the other deductions that come out of our monthly salary, insurance and pension. Unemployment insurance, approximately 1,400 yen. Medical insurance, approximately 14,000 yen. Pension, about 24,000 yen. And that comes out to be about 40,000 yen. So first years will roughly be earning or be getting paid 240,000 yen each month after taxes. And here we have the statement of earnings, Gensen Choshuhyo, which is given to you either at the end of December or sometime in January. And this can be used to do your home country taxes. So, moving on, we have insurance. Here we have the 4 types of insurance that JETS deal with: national health insurance, employment insurance, employees pension insurance, and jet accident insurance. First off is national health insurance. So the amount that you pay for national health insurance is based on your yearly income, and your employer will enroll you into it. It covers 70% of medical expenses, so carry the card with you when you visit the doctor, clinic, and then for the pharmacy, if you need to purchase medicine. It does take a while to arrive sometimes, so if you do have to see a doctor for any illness, from personal experience, I had a cold once and I didn't have my card yet, so I went and the pharmacy told me to come back when I had the card so that they could reimburse the covered cost of the medicine. And the next time that I went, they saw that the previous visit was not covered, and they reimbursed me the 70%, that is. So, very handy. Next is employment insurance, which is deducted from our monthly income. And so here's how it works. If an ALT becomes unemployed or continues to live in Japan past our contract completion and fulfills the 3 requirements, which is willing and able to work but unable to find unemployment. The second one we should be able to fulfill. And third, have submitted proof of unemployment along with application for employment and registered as a job seeker at the nearest Hello Work office. So, if you do continue to live in Japan past completing your contract, do know that you have this option, and why not use it since you have paid for it. All right, next is the pension insurance. And so it's a legal requirement to enroll, and partial refund is available if we leave Japan when we finish our contract. And so what does it do? It provides for you and your family in case of death or disability during the period that you are paying. And or limited to partial refund when we leave. So just recently, as of last year, I believe, you can get a partial refund up to 5 years that you have contributed. Before that, it was 3 years. And lastly is the jet accident insurance. And this is enrolled for us by Claire automatically. And it covers the remaining 30% that the national health insurance doesn't, minus a 5,000 yen deductible. So in essence, we just pay 5,000 yen. And to give further insight on this insurance is Tony. So take it away, Tony.
Hi everyone, Tony here. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my experience using jet accident insurance. So a couple of years ago, I had a medical situation. I actually didn't remember anything about the accident insurance, so don't be like me. But luckily, my supervisor, Miss Ota, or Japanese PA, reminded me about the program and encouraged me to contact the Tokyo Marine and Nichido Fire Insurance Company, which is the company in charge of our insurance plans. They have English speaking staff and they are really friendly and professional. So if you ever have to contact them, please don't let that be a deterrent. Make that call. So when I first contacted the company, they outlined some of the requirements. I explained my situation and I gave them my jet number and address, and they mailed me some paperwork to complete and mail back to them after after my medical situation was resolved. This won't be in order, so just a couple of things to bear in mind. First, you have 180 days to file a claim. So upon the day of when you first know that you are going to be in an extensive situation or one that is going to be kind of expensive, please contact the company and explain the situation. So for instance, when I knew that it was going to be quite a bit of a stretch ahead of me, it was already a month into things, but I contacted them and I explained, and they said, okay, 180 days starts today. It covers all your expenses. So hold on to every single receipt that you get. So if you are at the hospital, keep everything. If it's the pharmacy, keep that as well. Keep all your receipts because it covers all your expenses. They will ask you to be detailed in explaining your situation in the paperwork that you send back. So for example, I had to send my original medical records, but if you need them for your records, you can make a copy. I didn't make a copy, but they were actually kind enough to make a copy and send it back to me for my personal files. And they will ask your doctor or attending physician to complete some paperwork as well, or the institution to complete some paperwork. And as a bonus, my parents actually came to visit me in Japan during this situation because I needed extensive aftercare, and the insurance company actually reimbursed my parents for their ticket because their trip to Japan was considered a necessity due to my medical situation at the time. And I provided the insurance company with my bank account information, and I was reimbursed, I want to say, maybe a couple of weeks after the fact. So they were extremely helpful, very friendly. Please don't hesitate to contact them if you need them. And that is actually once your bills exceed 100,000 yen. So that may typically be in the case of hospitalization or very serious injury where you have to be, if there's surgery or anything like that. That's kind of those times when, for your health insurance, where you may need to contact this company and take advantage of your jet accident insurance. So don't hesitate, make that call. And hopefully you never have to, but if you do, they're there. All right, bye guys.
Thank you, Tony, for that informational insight. And this concludes the Taxes and Information on Demand content. For further information, please refer to your General Information Handbook. That is where most of, if not all of the information was gathered. Thank you. I hope you have a good day, and we look forward to meeting you in Kagoshima. So until then, take care. Bye.